Hey guys, it's me Jake from JakeMan21642. Today I got a snowy update video for you of my 1994 Saturn SL2. I figured since the car is always sparkling clean when I do my update videos, I would show you probably the dirtiest that this car has been since I bought it, and I'm not kidding. I've had the car for going on 11 months now. Actually in 2 days I will have had it for 11 months. So next month I will have had it for a year. As you can see, the accident damage is fixed. I recently took it in for a tune-up, oil change, all that good stuff. And honestly, I've just been driving it around. I've had a nice little break from school thanks to all of this snow. Actually the roads aren't that bad in my area anymore. But tomorrow's Friday and I go to school in bumfuck middle of nowhere. There's no other way to describe it, so I highly doubt that I will have school tomorrow, so I've had a nice little week vacation. But anyway, I have had some stuff going on lately, so I really haven't had a chance to make an update video, but as you can see, most obvious update, even though it's filthy, is I did fix the accident damage. This is my fender that I found on eBay. Came from Corpus Christi, Texas, and it's a homecoming edition fender because, as everyone knows, my car is not white, it's the pearlescent white, which there are only 2,500 of these made in this color since it's the homecoming edition, but I was able to find a fender from one that had been parted out. It does have a few scuffs. It had some worse scuffs on it, especially around here, but I was able to buff them out. That's new. I don't know where that came from, but that feels like it'll buff out. And then down here, as you can see, and it looks worse on camera, there were just some huge black scrapes, which I was able to just put some generic white touch-up paint on. It's only noticeable if you really look at it. I don't care. At least the fender is the right color. And it does have the Saturn badge. I was able to put it on with the help of my friends. But as I mentioned, black Saturn badge. And then this piece down here does unclip. This portion from this little crevice down is a separate piece. And the piece that came on this fender, it looked like it had had mud or something on it at one point. And someone had cleaned it with a Brillo pad. It was really scratched up and nasty. So I put this piece on from the old fender because it was in good shape. But as you can see, the car is absolutely filthy right now. It's covered. This is only the second day I've driven it in the snow. I've really kind of just been staying at home. But today I had to run out and help my grandmother because she had some car trouble, so I had to meet her and follow the tow truck with her. So she got a nice little 60, 70 mile drive in the snow today because I had to go to one end of town and then drive all the way to the other end of town because you can totally see where I drove when I just point in general directions. But otherwise, as you can see, I did touch up on the bumper. There were some silver scrapes there, which you can kind of still see them mainly because I'm touching them. But there were some like scrapes there that were gray or silver that I put some paint on. And then there was the little dent here which I put some paint on just to cover it up. Yeah, this is definitely the dirtiest the car has ever been since I've had it. Otherwise, I do need to get my tires rotated, but these tires are great in the snow, the Kumo KR21s. For some that are definitely more of a comfort. They're kind of in the middle of comfort and sporty tire. They're definitely not made for winter. Otherwise, the car is doing fantastic, other than just being downright filthy. But I guess I'll go ahead and start it up for you. I did, like I said, recently get an oil change and a few other things done. So we'll go ahead and start up. Usually I will do my oil changes myself, but it's just been so cold here lately, and the Midas that I took it to for my brake calipers, which they did a fantastic job, was offering buy one get one free oil changes, so I took them up on that offer. And as you can hear, running fantastic. I do need to put some air in my tires. My steering's getting a little heavy. And just because I'm OCD about locking myself out. As you can hear, running a lot smoother than it was. And then I also got a new transmission filter. That was something Midas recommended I do. I did a transmission flush when I bought the car, but I didn't replace the filter, so I'm sure it needed it, and I can tell the transmission is enjoying it because it shifts a lot better. But otherwise, everything's doing great. One other little thing that happened, I don't know if this happened before or after the accident, but water did get inside of this little side marker light, and then something with the fog light on this side stopped working. And Midas has already ordered the parts for me, so I'm going to get that fixed probably sometime this week. Just a little something. The car drives fine, the headlight works. And the car does still say 0 accidents on the Carfax, but of course I probably would tell someone it was in a fender bender and I replaced it myself. But you can stand at the front, and it's not perfectly even. It's actually a lot worse looking on camera than it really is, but this side is a little bit tighter. But considering I put this on myself, well, with the help of some friends, it lined up perfectly well, as you can see. And then if this side's unlocked, which of course it's not, there was a bolt there, 3 bolts down there. Move the inner wheel well, bolts down here, and 2 bolts down in there. It popped right off. Otherwise, let's give you a brief tour of the car. You can see everything inside's the same it always is. Got my stereo, all that. Back seat's full of crap. There's some papers and a magazine I've been meaning to take in. I just bought this at Walmart, like literally the last one they had, because I had one that I bought from Dollar Tree and it broke. And the trunk, same as always. I did buy some more shop towels because I love keeping these in here. This is a bag of crap I need to take into my dad, and it looks messy, but I keep everything organized in these bags. This is detailing stuff. This is a bag full of shopping bags, and then that's like a blanket, jumper cables. I have a litter box over there, and then a jug of washer fluid, my subwoofer. So let's go ahead and take her on a little test drive. Just give you a little first-person view. Automatic seatbelt, which my arm is tangled up in. It's an automatic down window, not automatic up. Better get my lap belt so I am safe. And we'll go ahead and do this. A little bit of fun in the snow. Yeah, traction control cuts any fun. I may or may not have been doing that a lot the last few days. But overall, the car still drives the same after the accident. Even when it was wrecked, it still drove the same. It was just ugly to look at, but otherwise, doing great. The Subaru's probably going to give me a weird look. Oh, not really, they're pulling up, because I'm talking to my phone. But I mean, I still love this car. I drove it a lot today. Having my grandmother in the car when I was driving is definitely not easy if you're a speed demon like me, but we got through it. But otherwise, it's still a great car. It is a great car to drive on the highway. And over winter break, when I was out of school, I probably drove it a good 200 or 300 miles of highway, Black Friday shopping with my friends, and all that. I did do a road trip in my mom's car, the Rabbit, which I have a little update video I made about 2 weeks ago after the accident when I was driving it. But other than that, everything is doing fine with LaQuanda. I still love this car. It's probably the best $853 I've ever spent. Go ahead and do a U-turn up here. The snow is starting to melt around here in the city, but I was driving out in the country where I go to school, because I do go to school outside of the city, and the roads are still kind of rough around that area. One thing anyone that has ever had one of these cars knows about is the awful turning radius. And the snow didn't stop the hippie market up there. But all the main roads in my area, for once when it snowed, are actually in pretty good shape. I did do a bit of a night snow drive video. If you guys want to check that out, I will put a link below. Overall, this is not a bad car in the snow, surprisingly. these streets, the little side streets like I live on, they've been kind of iced over the last few days, but today they actually seem pretty clear. I think they finally ran some trucks through here. I think Richmond is the 2001 to 2005 Honda Civic capital of the world, followed by the second generation Prius, and I don't know what the third would be. There are just a lot of cars that you just see everywhere around here. You really don't see too many of these first-gen Saturns, though, on the road anymore, which is fine with me, because as everyone knows, I do like having cars that are different. That's one thing, though, about this car, is it's different enough for me, but it's not something that really would stick out to people. Like, half the time, my friends, when I drive by them in public, they don't even recognize me. Of course, none of them are car geeks, but I mean, but cars like my Beetle, definitely a car that would stick out. Yeah, this street 2 days ago was completely iced out because I turned onto it and gave my car way too much throttle on purpose and just completely spun around. It was fun and terrifying. Anyways, guys, it's just been a little update and drive of the Saturn because I have had a lot going on with it lately. But any comments, questions, anything, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more.